The vision was just to help as many kids as we could excel in the sport of hockey, but I don't even think that we expected it to get to this point. But we're happy it did.
You're passing it over there. Let's go, let's see the wheels. Get on those edges, How you feeling? Good? Bring it in.
I wanted to be able to kind of give back what I've learned in my time in the sport to this younger generation of kids. My dad would always tell me in school, like, you have to make the teachers think that you're seriously interested, like ask questions. I mean, these people, this is their work, this is what they put their life into, so those people will be more than happy to answer them. I just love now being in a position to answer these questions about my experiences and give that knowledge back to the younger generation.
He's very vibrant, always a positive guy, always a person you can look to and talk to whenever you need help. I've had days where I've always asked him, what would you do if, you were in this situation? He'd tell me, because the age gap between us two are not very far off. So he's had experiences before I had. So he's like a big brother you look up to. And I think a lot of kids would take that from him as well.
Specifically relating to 43 Oak Foundation, I mean, Sean was the mentor, right? I was in a position where I didn't need a lot of the assistance that he was offering, but like I said, like knowing that he had so much passion around the project made me feel like, I had been through it as a kid, as a biracial hockey player. I had been through, the taunts and the not really getting the second look and not really having the network to move forward, but I knew that I wanted to be in a more supportive role, and I knew that I wanted to do more for the foundation because it was kind of just taking off back then, a partnership with UBS and the New York Islanders. Now with all this support, it's been a lot easier to compartmentalize everything and do what actually needs to be done for each family. I mean, it's over 200 families now, so it's definitely changed the landscape of how we operate and how we help these families. The most important thing I do is just be available for kids who have questions, for families who aren't sure, where they should go next or what camps to play at or what training is good for them, what they should be doing. Being on the other side of it now, I see how hard these kids are working, and I'm kind of able to help them understand what it takes to get to that next level. So definitely the mentorship piece is important because every kid, every family has a different story. And even though a lot of them might be similar, there's nuances in every story. So being able to give the proper advice through experience and through knowing the landscape of whatever you're giving advice on, and then being able to listen. Our mission essentially is to help underprivileged and diverse athletes break down the barriers to entry in the sport of ice hockey. I think that will always be the mission, because once we realized that we could go further with this, once we partnered with the Islanders and UBS, we kind of decided that we needed to create a mission that could last and allow them to further their education through the sport of hockey. I don't think that that's a mission that will change. I just want my legacy to be in the people who didn't think that they had a chance but were given one because of the foundation.